right, here we are at Stewart Field. And the Bearcats take the field. Bearcats returning home from three games in a row on the road, and they were able to pull out a win on all three of those games. The most notable win, the 24-21 victory over their arch rival Southern Oregon Renegades, who at the time were ranked number 3, and what makes that more impressive, Dave, is that not only were they on the road in a long road trip, but on those long road trips, a lot of times it's hard to carry the entire roster with you on the road.
Yeah, and it seemed a couple of those games Daniel Brown wasn't able to make, I believe, their second road game, but they still pulled out that impressive victory, like you said, and that moved them right up in the rankings. Up for now, the Bearcats are ranked number 3.
Exactly, yeah.
So
after losing to the number 1 ranked Monarchs from Portland early in the year, they've come back and knocked off the Vipers, who were number 5 at the time, the Clark County Vipers, and then knock off the Southern Oregon Renegades. And they cruised in their last victory and Jeff Gates is still running like crazy.
On fire.
He's got to be near 1,000 yards already in this short season.
Yeah, he's got to be close, if not over 1,000 yards. That's for sure.
Cameron Smith also had a great road trip, and just to bolster that running game, Vincent McCrory, who early had a 100-yard game and was contributing on the ground, he's back now. So now they got 3 capable, proven backs to run behind fullback powers.
Yeah, we were able to go down and talk to Vincent McCrory before the game, and he said he feels fine.
Yep.
Everything feels good.
Ready to go.
Said he shouldn't have any problem tonight running the ball.
One of the keys to success on the road was the play of the 3 Browns, no relation. Daniel Brown at linebacker, Matthew Brown at nose tackle, and Joel Brown at middle linebacker wreaked havoc.
They were called the Brownouts. That's what the Daily World was calling them. Was that there was a total brownout?
Yeah.
They said.
So, in another key note in the success of the Bearcats while they were away from home was the play of David Evans, quarterback. He was spraying the ball around real nicely, spreading the ball around, and making almost no mistakes. Keep taking care of the ball, no turnovers.
Yeah, it seems his timing is on.
Yeah.
We noticed in a couple games his timing was off, but it's
All
on.
right. And we'll pause for a moment here while we do the national anthem. Dave, I noticed the Colts come in with kind of a short squad. It looks like I count 29 on the squad.
Yeah, that's small numbers compared to the Bearcats. It has quite a larger number of players,
Yeah.
that's for sure.
Always tough to go on the road as an amateur
Yeah.
football team. You got family business, you got kids' birthdays, you got all the things going on in life, school sometimes. Some of these guys are still in school going to college. So always tough to hit the road.
Yeah, and I mean, in a lot of these teams are, it comes out of their own pocket
Yeah,
to get to their games.
that's right.
It's not, they don't have all these big sponsors and stuff,
Yeah.
that's for sure.
So I believe the Bearcats will be kicking off. They win the toss and defer. So Corsino will take the field to kick off, and I don't know how many people were able to watch, but or read it. But the Daily World did a profile on Mr. Corsino, talked about his going to the NFL kickers camp,
Yeah.
and really pursuing his dream of being a kicker and never really giving up. And you have to admire a guy like that.
You do. And he's got a foot on him. He can kick the ball.
And he will not hesitate. Kicks deep inside the 20 to about the 12-yard line. Colts return it straight up the middle. Spins out of a tackle, but he's going to go nowhere.
Host the Bearcats take him down
And
on that one. Looks like he ran into one of his own players before they took him down.
Yeah. So, the Colts will take the field.
We'll see if the Bearcats can jump right on top of them here and stop them.
Yeah. Quarterbacking for the Colts will be number 12, Mark Oniboken. I'm not sure that that's right on the roster. Bearcats have 4 down linemen. Sweep right. And taken down after a gain of about 3.
Jerry Mancuso was there on the tackle.
He wasn't fooled on that one.
Nope, not at all. Looks like he got, a couple yards on that, 2 yards? The Bearcats look strong the first out.
Colts come out with the one wide receiver to the right, one to the left in I formation. Quarterback is under center. Takes the snap. 3-step drop. Turns and looks. And the pass is complete to Robbie Delgado at about the 31-yard line. That'll bring up third at about 3 yards.
Looked like Joel Eaton was trying to talk the ref into an incomplete pass on there, but it looked like it was a good pass to me.
From up here, it looked good.
Yeah.
So 3rd down and 3. We'll try to get a name on that Colts quarterback here shortly. The roster's not matching up with the jersey number at the moment. Colts come out with in the same formation, one to the right, one to the left. Bearcats show blitz. Passes away and complete.
Big hit by Joel Eaton again, but he wasn't able to stop him behind the line.
Not before he gets the first down.
No. They're going to move the chains now.
So the Colts get their first down of the game.
And that's not bad. 3 plays, 3 plays, that's first down.
Yep, dink and dunk.
Just
nothing big.
No, nothing big at all. Just
methodical. And this time they're going to line up in the shotgun. Quarterback flank with the running back on each side. Bearcats show blitz. Looks like they're going to audible. Gets a snap, looks to his right. It's a little swing pass out to the flat. And he's going to pick up another first down.
Christopher Cook was lucky to grab his jersey and pull him down there. I mean, he looked like he was had a little bit of green and he was running for it.
Interesting to see Cook on defense today.
Yeah.
He's such a valuable asset on offense.
Yeah, he is. He comes in and does things the others can't do. That's one thing he has going for him.
They go back to the shotgun. And they're going to split the tight end out. That is one big tight end. And it looks like a left tackle there out of tight end. He gets the snap. It's going to be an inside handoff. And he's bottled up. He's got nowhere to go. And he'll be taken down by Corey McElravy for a loss of about 2 yards, they're going to call it.
Matt Brown grabbed him, and he was able to get assisted by another Bearcat to bring him down. But big Matt Brown threw an arm out there, and he slowed him down.
We don't call that an arm. We call that a paw.
Yeah.
When you're that big.
A paw on the end of a log.
That's a big bear paw there. Yeah. He's a tough man to move out of the hole. And this time they're going to have 4 wide receivers. Fawcett in the shotgun. Takes the snap, looks to his right, looks back to his right. He's got a man wide open. Number 17, Anthony Montgomery, all alone.
And Ron Strokes was there, and he put a licking on the quarterback, but he just was able to get rid of it.
Great timing.
Foster looks like he was a little shooken up when he got after it.
Yeah,
got up after that. He took a hard hit there.
Still not off the field yet.
Yeah.
Wow. What can you say but blown coverage on that one?
That was a great pass, and there was nobody there in sight. He was wide open.
Yep.
Bearcats are going to have to do something about that.
Runs a really nice post there.
Yeah.
Nice post pattern. And so once again, we're back to the same sort of issues. The coverage seems to be the weak point of the offense there. And it looks like the kick is going to be good. So with less than 4 minutes off the clock, the Bearcats go down at home 7-0. And that's a great play call, I think, there by the Colts coach. It looked like perfect timing. They felt the defense out. They looked here, looked there, ran a little bit, did something up the middle, went to the shotgun, and as soon as they went to that spread, they were able to expose that defense. You wonder if there's something that they saw early in the series that allowed them to.
Yeah, and to be that wide open, they had to have saw something, Clarence.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there wasn't Clarence. There wasn't anybody within probably 15 yards of him.
Yeah.
He was wide open. Like you said earlier, Bearcats are going to have to figure that out if they want to stop that.
Yep. Jeremy Walker and Cameron Smith back to receive. Excuse me, that's Chris Jackson. Cameron Smith.
Number 40, Mike Astley's going to be out there to kick. We were noticing he's a barefoot kicker.
Rare to see a barefoot kicker these days.
That last PAT, he just kicked it into the Wishkah River, I believe.
Yeah.
So he put a mighty foot into that one. Let's see how the Bearcats can respond to this.
Bearcats looked like the aggressor early. And it's going to be taken by Jackson. He's going to peel off to his left. Avoids 2 tackles. Avoids a 3rd tackle. Spins out of the 3rd tackle. And charges forward to about the 39-yard line. Nice return. It looked like he was in trouble.
It looked like he was down about the 30-yard line.
Looked like he had blockers. He decided not to go up the middle and follow his blockers. He peeled off to the left. I thought he was toast, and he was able to avoid those 2 blocks, and that was a nice spin move to get out of the 3rd.
The spin move he did was great. I mean, I thought he was going to go down right there when he did the spin move, but he was able to keep his feet underneath of him and keep him moving and picked up another 10 yards.
So Mr. Evans will line up under center. He's got Winther as a tight end. Now he's going to shift across the formation to the right. They give us to Gates. And he's got nothing there.
Bottled up by a gang of Colts. There was at least 5 or 6 of them on that tackle. There was nowhere for Gates to go on that run.
Yeah, the play looked like it developed a little slow from the Bearcats end there. We'll see how they come back after a 2-yard loss. So it brings up 2nd down and 12 from the 38-yard line. The Colts, South King County Colts. Evans takes the snap. The give is, it's a fake. It's to Gates, but there's pressure off the right side. And they're not able to pick up the blitz.
Chris Rattery was there to pick up that QB sack, and that's a loss of.
And he came right from the blind side. And Evans never saw it coming. He was looking downfield. So now we're at 3rd and 16.
Yeah.
From
the Bearcats are looking
33, 34.
Yeah, Rattery was not fooled by that fake 1 second.
So Evans comes out. He's got Winther on the right tight end, 1 running back, 3 wide receivers to the left. Walker, Hargrove, and Cook. He drops back. He looks to his left. He's got Hargrove up the seam. And that one looked like he didn't have a chance, even if it was even if it was there. It looked like there was double coverage on Hargrove there. They tried to use Hargrove's speed and get up the seam. Just wasn't there.
Just wasn't there.
I'll bring on the punt team, and Daniel Brown will kick it away.
I mean, it was close for Carlos Clark was there for the Colts, and it almost looked like he could have almost had an interception there. That was close. That was a close one.
Brown gets the snap. It's a nice gap. The kick is away. He's going to drop about the 35-yard line and take a Bearcat bounce. And now he is going to field it. Looked like he was going to let it go. He fielded it and probably cost him a couple of yards. The temptation was too great, Dave.
It was,
you watched the bounce right in front of him a couple times, and the temptation was just too much. He had to grab it.
But he ended up losing about 4 or 5 yards on that, and that's going to put him right about the 18-yard line. So I don't know if that was a smart move by the Colts, that's for sure. But maybe we'll see how they do after last possession.
So they're going to give it to him at the 19-yard line. They're going to say his progress was stopped at the 19. So we'll see what the Colts can do on their second attempt. And we'll see how the Bearcats handle the passing game. Brown steps into the hole. And Joel Brown is going to blitz. He takes on the lead blocker. That frees up Chris Cook. And Chris Cook is able to stop him for a loss of that looks like about a 7-yard loss.
Yeah, at least 7 yards. And with Brown shooting the middle like that, it just opened it up for Cook.
And that's where Brown is, sometimes they move Brown out to the outside, but he seems to be really effective at that inside blitz from the middle linebacker slot. He's able to get skinny like not a lot of guys can, and he just is able to slide right through there, cause havoc. And even though he wasn't able to make the play, he caused havoc with the blocking.
Enough, yeah. He made enough havoc to get the.
He shut down the hole, and the running back had to change directions and try to find a new hole. This time we're going to go back to a shotgun. We got 2 to the left, 1 to the right. 2 running backs. Look for a pass to a running back outside of the flat there on the left side. And he looks, but he loses his footing. And that's going to be a quarterback sack for number 47.
Ron
Strozik.
Looking good.
And Ron's had some good defensive plays.
Has.
He's been a key contributor on defense.
Yeah, he's looking good. Quarterback kind of had a stumble there, and Strozik was right on him.
Yeah,
I mean, it was.
He looked. He wanted that running back. When you see 2 running backs, one on either side there, you're always looking for one of them to release into the flat. And it looked like he wanted that running back, and he lost his footing and had to take it.
Wanted to kind of make something out of nothing. But there was nothing there.
Can I help you, sir? No, but we can ship animal remains. Would you like to do that?
And we're back. And thank you to our advertising partner, United Parcel Express, over there at 1018 East Wishkah, right next to Baskin Robbins, for all your office supply and shipping needs. Go talk to Justin and Isaiah over at United Parcel Express.
Let's see if the Bearcats can stop this now. Got third down in quite a bit.
Looks like they're going to bring in an extra defensive back. Jack Traxel's out there. So they got 5 defensive backs. They're going to rush 4, and it's going to be a bad snap, and the Bearcats are going to be on the board with the safety.
Bad snap by the Colts.
And there is a flag on the play, and it's going to be probably for kicking the ball or slapping the ball out of bounds.
Well, it looked like he almost gave up on it, like he thought it was going to roll out,
Yeah.
but it stopped on him, so he had to do something to get rid of it. Well, that could have been a quick score for the Bearcats. Bearcats defense looked tough on that possession, Clarence.
You know, and for the Bearcats, that's the key. I mean, you notice on that possession, they didn't give the quarterback Fawcett a lot of time.
Yeah, if they can keep the pressure on him, I think without setting his feet, he's not going to make as many passes as he did in the last possession.
You have to keep him off balance and not allow him to go through his progressions.
Sucks. I need to be able to hear when the commercial goes on because then I'm just guessing when it stops. Okay, new challenge. Oh, but it's going to be 4-second delay.
And with the safety, this is going to give the Bearcats pretty good field position here. Finds another seam. He's going.
That's Chris Jackson on another nice return. So the Bearcats starting out this time in Colt territory.
He might have got a few more out of there if he would have ran into his own player there.
Yeah, it looked like his own player ran into his back.
Bearcats on the 40, going into their own end zone. Let's see how they handle this.
So Jackson will come in at fullback, Gates at the tailback, Hargrove to the right. Looks like Walker to the left. Now Hargrove's going to go. And Gates powers away. And this is what they're looking for.
Pick up of about 4 yards by Gates, and if he can just keep finding holes and getting in, he's going to have another big game like he has every game so far this season.
And you know the Bearcats look like the bigger team on the field. You look and some of the Colts are going both ways. If they can just grind and grind and grind, by the third and fourth quarter, you can forget about it. It's like 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Now Cook across the formation to the right. Evans drops back, looks to his right. He's got Cook and he's going to pick up another 3 yards, so they're going to be well short of the first down.
And as you guys can see, Cook is doing Iron Man tonight. He's playing defense and offense tonight. And looks like he's helping out on both sides of the ball.
That guy is a warrior, I tell you what. Walker's going to come out and Hines in at wide receiver. 3rd and 2 yards. Call it a long 2 yards from the 32-yard line. Evans, the give is inside give to the fullback, Chris Cook. And they let Cook finish the job on that one. And he's going to be down to the 25-yard line and pick up about 7.5.
With the first
That was
down.
a nice, quick inside handout.
Yeah,
I kind of like
was.
the inside trap.
Yep.
Hargrove's coming out.
It caught the defense off guard, and it was able to give him first down.
Jackson in. Bearcats do a good job of running those wide receivers in and out. So this time it's going to be Hines to the right, Jackson to the left. Cook stays in at fullback. The give is the Gates. And he's going to bowl his way in for another 2 yards. And Cook is going to stay in there at fullback. And here comes Hargrove and Walker. And Cook is going to come out and take a break.
It seems like him and Traxel have been trading each other off and on, but they've got more in their repertoire now that they're changing even more people
Yeah,
up
I
in
mean,
there.
you get Cook in there, you get Winter in there, you get Powers in there, you get Traxel in there. You got a lot of guys that can throw in there. And I got 3 wide receivers to the left, Walker, Hargrove. And the give is to Hargrove, and he's bottled up immediately, but not before he picks up about 3 yards. Bring up 3rd and 5 at the 20. Bearcats officially crack into the red zone.
They seem to be moving the ball pretty well.
And this is what they do. They do real well, especially at the beginning of games with the timing routes, the little quick turns, quick hitches.
And like you said, quick. It's quick.
Yeah, the ball is out of the hand quick. Walker's going to be to the left now. Jackson to the right. Traxel in at fullback. Winter's going left to right across the formation. Takes a snap. He looks right. Excuse me, he looks left. And the pass is complete. But it's going to be, and they are going to say he's going to gain about a half a yard on that. So it will not be a loss. But that does bring up 4th down.
Carlos Clark was there for the Colts to be able to take him down in a hurry.
Now this looks like Corsino territory here, but they're going to go for it. Oh, no, they do have Corsino in there.
They got him
so
out
this
there.
will be a, do the math here,
35?
35, 36-yard field goal attempt.
And this is in his range for sure.
Absolutely. And the hold is good. The kick is up and easily sails through the uprights. And that'll make your score 7-5.
I've got to be kind of disappointed in that, though. I mean, you come away with 3 points, but you would like to get the full 7, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's tough to score twice in a game and be down.
Yeah.
You know, so we'll see if the defense can continue to put on the pressure that they did that last series, pushing the Colts backwards.
That's hilarious. I totally missed the fact they got a safety down there. That's why I was like 6, too. I wasn't paying attention, so I was like, producers not knowing what's going on.
Let's see how deep Corsino can get it this time. Let's see if he can get it inside the 10-yard line.
He's got it in him to do it.
And he gets the leg into that one. And it will sell inside the 10, inside the 5, down to the 1-yard line. The Colts will take it out. And he's going to be stopped about the 22. He probably looks like he'll fall forward to about the 24-yard line. That's not bad. Not bad.
No, that was a wonderful kick by him, all the way to the 1-yard line. Looks like we got somebody shaking up on the field. That's 44, Norm Gaines. Slow to get up.
And he's going to make it off the field with a little help. not sure what the situation on the field is, but they're saying they're going to re-kick it.
I'm not seeing any flags on the field.
I didn't see any flags.
There's a flag back to 35-yard line.
We missed that one.
I don't quite know what the.
Looks like an onside or offside, whatever.
I'm not quite sure what the penalty was. Maybe,
that's a shame because that was a heck of a boot.
Yeah, it was. To kick it all the way down to the 1-yard line, that was a heck of a boot, like you said. We'll see what the Bearcats can do this time with this kickoff.
Let's see if Corsino can get some leg into this one, and this one's going to be a little bit shorter. Going to hit about the 16-yard line. Returned by number 4, Robert Brown, and he's got a seam. And he's up almost to the 45-yard line. We'll call it the 44-yard line. And significantly different outcome that time.
Traxel and Eaton were there to be able to wrangle him and take him down. That was a good return.
Return of nearly 30 yards.
Yeah. And that's disappointing for your kicker when you just had a wonderful kick and then to come back and give up 30 yards.
Yeah. Fawcett's going to go back under center. He's got 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right, no tight end. Running backs are in the I formation. Takes the snap. Give it to the running back, and he's going to fumble. And it's picked up by Strozik, who fumbles it forward. And
Daniel Brown's there to get the fumble after he had forced the fumble.
Wow.
I don't understand what Strozik was doing there, throwing the ball. That wasn't very smart.
Not the smartest. They easily could have thrown a flag on that for a forward lateral there, forward pass.
And I'm almost surprised they didn't.
I can't believe they did. They're talking about it right now.
They are.
Now the one ref, it looks like he's saying he thought it bounced off his knee. From here up here, it looked clearly like he intentionally threw it forward.
It's like Jake Early's kind of shaking up on the plays on the sidelines, holding his belly.
So, yeah, that one nearly squandered.
And Daniel Brown causes another fumble.
Yeah,
I mean that's got to be his 3rd or 4th of the season.
Looked like the Bearcats brought 6 or 7 on that. And that running back had nowhere to go. And Brown was able to look like the running back was trying to go to his right, and Brown came from the left and knocked the ball away. And then was heads up enough to get up, follow the play going forward. And after Strozik tosses the ball forward, he's able to cover it up and make sure the Bearcats maintain possession. So the Bearcats are going to spread it out.
I can't help but hear some of his teammates of Strozik down there giving him a hard time about that.
Gates is going to be offset to the right. Here comes Hargrove across the formation. Evans rolls out to his right, and the give is the passes to Hargrove, and he's going to pick up about 3 yards. Nice, easy 3.
That's kind of the Bearcats game, picking up 3, 4, doing that way, making just little short passes, short runs, and that, trying to get the ball in the end zone that way.
Nice grab by Hargrove. Officially, they're going to say he picked up 4 yards on that. Got down to the 15-yard line. We got Cook, Walker to the right. Jackson to the left. Now Jackson's going to go across the formation. And the give is inside to Gates. And he's going to pick up just shy of a first down, it looks like.
And that's another about 4-yard gain by Gates.
I think that was a 6. I think that was a pickup of 6 that time. So this time they're going to bring in Cameron Smith. This is the first time we've seen him today.
I haven't seen a whole lot of Vincent McCrory at running back this game yet. Maybe they're trying to kind of ease him into the game, you know, not wanting to re-injure that shoulder that he hurt a few weeks back.
And also Cameron Smith has been playing well in his
He
absence.
Has. He has.
So he might be having to fight for carries. And Smith bowls his way. I mean, he absolutely ran that guy over.
It's lucky
Wow.
the Colts defender was able to put his foot and kind of suplex him, it looked like, on that play, or he would have probably kept going.
That was a go back and, just hang on. Get run over and just try to hang on.
And hopefully pull him down in the process.
Exactly, yeah, wow. That was a strong run by Cameron Smith. And the Bearcats threatening to take the lead for the first time today with a minute and a half left to go in the first quarter.
On the 4-yard line.
And here comes Jackson across the formation. The toss is to Smith, and he's going to easily get in for the touchdown.
Untouched. I mean, he pretty much made that one in, into the end zone untouched. Cameron Smith does look good. He's looking good. I mean, with all those running backs that they have that they can throw in there, they're a threat.
Yeah.
And I mean, I can see why they're ranked number 3 now.
Yep. The different styles. And the PAT is good. And the Bearcats now lead 12-7 with the 1 minute, 16 seconds to go in the first quarter. And since that opening big play, the Bearcats defense has been dominant.
Yeah, they have been. With there was a one hiccup there with the safeties not pulling over and getting that receiver that scored the touchdown. But since then, their offense has got them back on top. And
yeah, Fawcett has not had no time to look for his receivers.
They have not, and it looks like the Bearcats are on that train chugging away.
Man, Cameron Smith looked hungry.
He did.
Man, on those 2 carries, he looked hungry.
He did. I mean, even after he scored that touchdown, he was pumped up.
Yeah.
And you can see the hunger, like you said, and he's ready to play.
This is working out awesome. I can't even tell you how awesome it is to be able to switch from camera to camera like that. Because the runs come in this way, I can catch them like where the ball runner is like the first pin, and all you see is the guy running into the end zone.
And this time it's going to be a short kick to about the 26-yard line. And wow.
Devin Sturgeon was there to get him.
It didn't take much to get that guy down, did it? He didn't want
did
no part
not.
of it.
He didn't.
He said, just blow the whistle, please.
Yeah.
Don't anyone else hit me.
Yeah, I don't feel like getting slammed down very hard.
And right about now is when you start to see the low numbers and going both ways. I mean, when you play a team like the Bearcats and they can throw so many big, strong bodies at you, there's only so much you can take before you start just giving up a little bit mentally. So we may not be at that point yet, but it's starting to show a little bit.
And you start trying to figure out other ways. I mean, and that's what it looks like now, is they're trying to figure out other ways to keep themselves in this game.
Bearcats going with the 4-3. Looks like Brown sneaks up, showing a little bit of a blitz. And that was a great run. It looked like he was bottled up there on the left side. They filled the hole.
We got a hurt Colt on the field. 33. Garrett Kaysen is slow to get up. It looks like he's still kind of hurting, but he's going to stay out there.
Is he playing center today, Dave?
That's kind of what it looks like.
Wow. Pretty small for the
center.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's their center today.
They listed him at 6 feet, 225. 225 seems a little small.
Yeah, and they've got him listed on the roster as a tight end. So I don't know if maybe their center wasn't able to make the trip.
That's a good point. And it's going to be a toss to the left, and that's Chris Cook. Bottles him up. Not able to bring him down, but slows him up enough for a host of other Bearcats to finish the play. That's Joel Brown and Daniel Brown come to finish it off, but that was a great play by Cook.
Yeah, I mean, Chris Cook's been almost in every play on defense since we've started this game. I'm impressed with Chris Cook's play tonight.
Unbelievable. And as we switch quarters, we will go to a quick commercial break. And we're back here to start the second quarter. We'll switch sides.
Third down with the ball on the 44-yard line.
Looks like the Bearcats have shifted their smaller lineup.
Yeah, I don't see Big Matt Brown in there anymore right now. Must be giving him a break.
Fawcett looks immediately to his right. He's hit by Strozik, and that ball is overthrown and nearly picked off by number 21.
Jake Early.
Jake's going to want that one back.
Yeah. I think he was kind of surprised it ended up to
Yeah,
him. It
yeah.
looked like
it's
it.
one of those ones that the ball's up in the air, but there's a lot of traffic around. You're not
Yep.
sure if it's going to get tipped or.
Went right off his kneecaps. Yeah, I'm sure he wants that one back.
So the Bearcats going with the smaller, quicker defensive line. We'll see how that works out for them. They got Strozik along with number 60, Zachary Ayers, it looks like. Chris Cook playing a defensive end slot. Now we got Joel Brown, Early, and Daniel Brown lining up to blitz off the right side. And then the ball is going to roll. The Bearcats will let it roll, and it's going to, whoa, it gets a good Colt roll. It's going to go down nearly to the 10-yard line.
Well, and Chris Jackson, I don't think was going to make a mistake like the Colts did last time when they picked it up on the kind of the same looking punt.
And then the Bearcats looked like they were going for the block on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Daniel Brown was close.
So the Bearcats will take over inside their own 10-yard line, so they got the work cut out for them. We'll see if they can grind out a 90-yard drive.
If they can just, keep their players fresh like they have been, I don't see the problem.
Yeah. So Traxel's going to come in at fullback this time. Walker and Hargrove to the right. They're going to put Joe Winther out to the left. Evans under center, takes a snap, gives us the Gates on the right side, and he's got a little bit of a hole, and he's going to pick up about 4 yards.
From up here, it looked like that was a pretty good size hole. I mean, it looked like he was going to get a lot more yards than what he did, but 4 yards, that's takeable.
And it looks like they're going to give him about 5.5 on that.
Can't
Hargrove's
complain
going to come
about
out.
that.
Here comes Hargrove off the field. We got Walker to the left, Jackson to the right. Winther's in at tight end. Traxel stays in at fullback. Evans under center. Another quick snap. And then the pass is out to a little hitch to Walker. And he's going to be ridden out of bounds for no gain. You notice the Bearcats, they're going right to work. I mean, they're not going on a long count. They get up to the line of scrimmage and they snap the ball immediately. So
yeah, they're not trying to draw anybody off. No. They're just getting down to business.
Maybe if anything, catch the defense napping a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and that would be a key. I mean, because like we said earlier, with the small size of the Colts team,
they're looking to rest.
Yeah.
So the Bearcats looking to push the pace. This is the first time I think we've seen Dayton on the field. He's going to be out to the right with Cook and Jackson. And Evans takes a snap and he looks to his right, and the ball bounces around a couple times before falling to the turf. The pass was intended for Jackson.
It almost looked like Chris Jackson's timing was off with his quarterback there.
Yeah.
Because it was a fine pass. Hit him right in the chest. Evans made a fine pass there. I just think that Jackson wasn't ready for it. And that's a quick, 4 and out there.
So the Bearcats will punt it away. And it's a nice snap. Brown's able to get it away. Line drive punt. Takes a hard bounce. It's about the 38-yard line where it's picked up by the Colts. And, that was a mean block. And he's still running. He's still running back and forth, zigzagging.
That was a big hit in the middle of the field.
That was number 23.
Chase Raines.
Chase Raines took a beating on that one.
He, I think we call that, an ear hole?
Yeah. Wow.
I don't even think Go Raines knew that was coming, but good return. I mean, there was a lot of sideways running there, but he was able to pick up a few yards.
Yeah, and that's not bad from where the Bearcats started out.
No.
To get it that far away, gives the defense some room to work with. They're not backed up to their own goal line, so not a bad punt and not a bad coverage by the special teams there.
We'll see what the Bearcats can do here with the ball on the 49-yard line.
The Bearcats are going to go back with their big lineup.
They're getting tired. They're calling timeouts. Maybe this is their rest. Maybe, because obviously they didn't, maybe it wasn't something they didn't see.
And one thing I'm noticing out of the Bearcats offense is, they're even though they're not scoring on every possession, they're taking care of the ball. They're being smart with it. They're getting their punts away. They're playing the field position game. They're not giving the ball away on boneheaded plays.
Yeah.
They're really doing a great job of taking care of the ball. And putting their defense in good positions.
Yeah, they are.
Fossil, they go with and that's going to be a jump. Wide receiver jumped. Looked like the wide receiver on this side got a little bit of a jump. So the Bearcats get bailed out on that one.
Yeah.
The play was incomplete, but number 17 was streaking down the sideline again.
He did a little pivot and left.
And at this point,
Robbie Lyle
Yeah.
in the dust.
yeah. And the thing that I get a little nervous when they jump out to that that spread formation. That's the formation they used when they went deep early.
Yeah.
And they're going to go right back to it with 4 wide receivers. Fossil in the shotgun. One running back to his left. Takes the snap. It's a high snap. He's able to recover. Chased out of the pocket. And he throws a pass out to the sideline, and it's going to be too far out of bounds.
I mean, the quarterback throwing across his body like that, that's a tough pass.
That is a tough pass. On the run.
Yeah, and Daniel Brown was the one who was defending the receiver on that, and I think Daniel Brown kind of got left there, but it said it was a bad pass, so the Bearcats were able to sneak away with no yards getting gained on that.
And sometimes, you get in the quarterback's head when you get the pressure that the Bearcats have already gotten today. He's almost expecting that pressure, so when it's not there, he's still feeling it in his head.
He is. Yeah, he's been hit a few times.
They go right back to the spread formation, 2 right, 2 left. Fossil takes the snap. And now let's see if he was drawn offsides.
Yeah, Zachary Akers was there to push down.
And they're going to say he was not drawn offsides. That's an encroachment. So now we're going to go back to the original line of scrimmage, and Colts
he got
come
a little
back
too
out.
excited on that one.
Yeah. Colts come back. Let's see if they go for another long count, trying to draw the Bearcats again. And it's another high snap. This time he's going to pass it immediately out to the left. Daniel Brown there on the coverage, but he's able to shake loose. And there was a little activity there late. And they're not going to call it.
Joel Eaton was Real lucky to get out of that because that could have
Yeah.
easily been a penalty right there. I mean,
And-
he threw him down by the neck and
Watch this.
Ooh. And Robbie Delgado there, number 1 for the Colts. He got that ball, and he didn't want any part of Daniel Brown.
No, he didn't.
But he's able to shift and shake and get away for a pickup
Yeah.
of a 1 anyway. Brown nearly had him back down the
he
line of
did
scrimmage.
too.
That looked like almost looked like a play out of the Bearcats playbook there.
Yeah, it was.
With the quick hitch. This time they're going to go 3 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left, 1 running back. Fossil takes the snap. He looks to his right, under pressure, and the ball's knocked away by Corey McElravy.
McElravy could have almost, might have even
Yeah.
could have caught that ball, but it looks like he just didn't want any part of it. Just knocked
Yeah,
it down and
knocked it down.
let the punt return team come out
Yep.
and do their job.
So the defense once again,
Held him to a yard.
yep, held them to 1 positive yard, and they pretty much just shut down the Colts offense since that first drive.
The defense is looking pretty good after that first score. They're looking like they've clicked now. They've
Now let's
turned it on.
Let's see if the Bearcats go after this one again and try to block the punt. And here comes the pressure. And this one is nearly blocked. And they're going to let it bounce again. And again, it's down to the 10-yard line.
They're getting some good bounces
Wow.
off their punts. I mean, they're rolling a good 15 yards after they're hitting.
Jake Early laid out for that one and nearly got a piece of the ball.
Yeah, close.
Yeah, he walked off the sideline and he's saying he's giving the old 1 inch. I was 1 inch away.
Yeah,
He-
I
he
mean that's you know, you got somebody like Daniel Brown running full speed at you, and then you got Jake Early coming on the other side.
Yeah.
I mean that's a double threat there.
So the Bearcats will take over about the 10.5-yard line. We'll see if the offense can move them out of the shadow of the goalposts here. Bearcats are going to go with the 1 wide receiver to the right, 1 to the left. Chris Cook is back in at fullback. Hargrove comes across the formation, and you know what that looked like? It was supposed to be inside handoff again to Chris
To
Cook.
Chris Cook, yeah, that's what I was just gonna say, Clarence. It looked like he missed the handoff, and there was nowhere for Evans to go with the ball but down.
And that's the danger when you got a quarterback under center like that, and you got the fullback just 1.5 yards, 2 yards behind him. That exchange has to be really quick,
Yeah.
and that's a difficult handoff to make. So the timing has to be just perfect. So I'm not surprised that they had a little difficulty. When you can pull it off, it's great because you catch the defense off balance.
Yeah.
But it's not an easy play to execute when the fullback is that close to the quarterback. They're going to split Cook out this time. Evans drops back, looks to his right now, back to his left. And it looked like there's trying to set up a screenplay there to Hines. And the pass is complete, and he's going to pick up about 2 or 3 yards.
Yeah, that's still gonna be 3 yards short of where they started the line of scrimmage at. So
Yep. So big 3rd down and long.
Colts' defense is looking pretty tough.
Yeah. And the Bearcats are shifting around at the line of scrimmage. Now they're finally going to get set with Jackson and Cook to the right. Looks like Hargrove to the left. No, that's Hines to the left. Evans rolls out to his right, and that one was not even close.
No, Jackson looked like he lost his footing there and fell down, and Evans wanted him to come back, and there was just nobody there.
So Bearcats not able to come away with anything there. Look like they're getting away from the ground game a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit of pressure when you got your back to the goal line there. You're just trying to make a little bit of room. So this will be Brown's 4th punt of the day. We'll see if he can get the defense a little breathing room again. Colts seem to be winning the battle of the field position game right now, keeping the Bearcats on their half of the field. And this one punt is going to be a high, and it's going to bounce. It's going to take a little bit of a Bearcat bounce. And now it's really going to take a Bearcat bounce. And how about that? They're able to get
How
the
about
Colts.
that? Yeah.
That ball looked like it was going to go up and die about the 30.
That's what I was going to say. It bounced at about the 30-yard line.
You got another 22 yards off the bounce. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, and I think it went so high up in the air it was able to bounce so far.
That's true, yeah. So the Colts will take over in their half of the football field at the 46-yard line. They're going to go with 3 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Fossil's in the shotgun. Takes the snap, and here comes Brown on the blitz. It's going to be an inside handoff just out of the outstretched arms of Daniel Brown.
It looked like Daniel Brown was tripped up by number 78 of the Colts.
Just barely got a hand on him to slow him down.
Yeah.
Had that been a pass, he'd have been in trouble.
Oh, yeah. Daniel Brown, he read that perfectly. But like I said, 78 was there to throw a hand up and kind of trip him a little bit. But I've noticed Matt Brown's back in there to plug up the middle. So
yeah, let's see if he's getting the push and holding the line here on this play. Colts stay in the same formation. Fossil drops back. He's got a man. He's cutting back across the field, and Joel Brown comes up and makes a solid open field tackle. That was a great tackle, and we got a flag down on our side.
That was Tristan Gray was there on the run. He was putting his hand out for something, but there was just nothing there.
And the ball carriers and receivers for the Colts, they're shifty. I'll give them
They
that.
are.
They're shifty.
Yeah. Looks like the penalty's against the Colts. And that's going to move them back.
So bring down 3rd and about 6. This will be a big 3rd down for the Bearcats.
Looks like they're going to replay second
They're
down
gonna replay
is what
the
it's
down.
going to do.
All right. So they're going to move the ball back and replay second down.
You know, I was wondering too, Clarence. I was wondering where a lot of these referees and line judges and everybody else were. I wonder if they travel, all the way around, or that might be a question we'll have to find out there.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't recognize anyone on this crew.
That's what I was going to say. I'm not noticing the same crews.
Maybe it might be a Puget Sound reffing crew. Doing a good job this game.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Haven't seen a lot of flags, and that's a good job to me.
And on the long yardage, Matt Brown is going to come out. They're going to go with their smaller, speedier defensive line. And Strozik brings the pressure, flushes Fossil out, and it's going to be picked off by Joel Brown.
What a read.
Wow.
To be able to stand in there.
Yeah.
And jump in right at the last minute there and take that away.
That was a great read.
Big play for the Bearcats.
Take a look at that one again. Watch Joel Brown just come in there and steal it. Great pressure by Strozik. Strozik's been doing a great job from the defensive end position, putting pressure on the quarterback the last few games. Gates with the run, and he's going to be ridden down for a gain of about 3.
And I'm pretty impressed with the Colts defense there. That front lineup, though, they've been able to hold Gates to 3-4 yards per carry. Gates hasn't had his long carries yet, which that's something that we see quite a bit from Gates is, he'll break away for 12, 15 yards, but they've held him to 3-4 yards each play.
Yep. And they're going to bring Powers in this time at fullback, and they're going to put Walker and Hargrove out to the right, Winter at the left tight end. Evans under center, and the give is going to be to Gates again. And this time he's got a little bit bigger hole, has some room, and he's going to pick up 7 yards on that one. He's going to be real close to a first down. Let's see, I think they're going to give him the first down, and
I think they're going to go ahead and have to. Yeah, they're going to give it to him. I thought maybe they'd bring the chains out and measure it, but they're going to go ahead and just say it's first down.
Yeah, that was pretty close. Let's see if the Bearcats keep it on the ground now. They finally got some room. The defense is able to create a second turnover today and give them some good field position. So now they got some options. They can play around with the playbook a little bit.
Looks like Dayton's all the way out here. Haven't seen much of him this game.
No, not this game. Traxel in at fullback. The give us the Gates again. And he's got another big hole. And then pick up about 5-6 yards again, it looks like. That's what I love to see. I love to see those 5 and 6 yard runs are the ones that break a defense's back because they try to stop you. They're doing everything they can stop you, and you just impose your will on them, you know.
And it's, I mean, he's a power back, and that's what he's doing. He's running powerful, and that's. It almost makes me think he's going to start getting those wheels a turning, and he's going to keep running faster and faster and faster until he can get break one of those big yardage gains out there.
We got Walker and Hargrove out to the left. Winters on the right tight end. And it looks like it's going to be a fake to Gates. And that one is thrown up for grabs. Let's take a look at that one again. We'll see if we can see what Evans was seeing there. He's trying to get the ball out to Winter, but just kind of floated it out there for grabs.
Yeah, from up here it looks like he just throws it straight to him.
I couldn't tell if it was a broken play. It looked like Winter wasn't even looking for the ball.
Yeah, not at all.
The play might have just developed a little too fast.
Yep. Well, and to throw it right into coverage like that, that's one of the few mistakes we've seen from him today, So I
and it's tough because they were having so much success running the ball.
Yeah, and to get it on the other side of the field, I mean. We'll see if the Bearcats can shut him down here, get the ball back.
And that's a good start.
Joel Brown there with a big hit. Joel Brown was there to meet him quick.
Yeah, and Jake Early in on the play. He's had his nose in.
He has.
On several plays today.
Yeah, Joel Brown was, in there.
He's
very
so quick.
Fast, very fast.
Yeah.
I don't think the running back knew what to do. I mean, he had him on top of him quick.
He's a great compliment to Daniel Brown and Corey McElravy, who are big, strong bodies, and he's just so quick and slender. Difficult guy to block.
Yeah.
Matt Brown back in nose tackle. And Fossil's going to be chased out. He rolls to his left. Now he's looking back to his right. And there's nobody in the vicinity. We'll see if they call that intentional grounding. They're going to say they had a tight end.
They're going to say tight end number 9 was there. And then that is a big tight end.
That is a big guy. Mitch Johnson.
What do they got him listed
They got him at 6'5", 340. They got him listed as a defensive lineman. And it's one of those things, again, it might be, the who traveled with them. Guys sometimes are forced to play out of position when you have a short travel squad.
Yeah, and it sounds like a lot of them traveled from the Kent, Kent, Seattle, Auburn, that area up that way, and so that's a couple hour, 2.5 hour drive. 3 if you get into that bad traffic up there.
And I-5 traffic's a killer.
It is.
We got a natural gas alert here.
And it looks like the Colts are going to call a timeout. And we'll go to a quick commercial break.
Got some peanuts for you?
Thanks.
we're back here. We got 6 minutes, 14 seconds to go in the half. I gotta be honest, guys. I thought, based on what we came in here with, the Colts being winless so far, the Bearcats being ranked number 3. I actually thought the Bearcats would be doing much better.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought too myself. I mean,
like offensively they're having a tough
yeah,
time getting
they
started.
are. The defense is, has shown a lot of that Colt, defense.
And Fossil's going to drop back, and he's under pressure. And that's Strozik. We just talked about him a couple minutes ago. He is a killer on that defensive end.
And he was able to skinny up there. He had 2 defenders that was, blocking him, and he was able to skinny up and get right through there and grab
him. Split the double team. We'll take a look at that one again. What a play. He just has that nose for the quarterback.
Yeah.
So that's going to bring up 4th down and nearly 20. So the Colts are going to kick it away from their own end zone. Their punter will be in their own end zone. And Bearcats able to turn the tides on the field position game. Even though we're not putting up points, you can see now we're working on the other half of the field here.
And I think, what is that, the 3rd sack of the game here
for
the Bearcats?
And here's the punt. It's going to be high. Bearcats are going to get away from it. No, they're going to field it. And that's Jackson. And wow, that was shifty. He bounces and darts back and forth. Is able to not lose any yardage.
He wasn't.
I didn't think he was going to field that.
I didn't either.
Not a bad idea to keep them from getting some good yardage on the bounce.
I mean, he only picked up about 3 yards, but he wasn't, that was a pretty high punt. If it would have bounced, I mean, who knows what would have happened with that.
Yeah.
And especially off this field turf.
And I tell you, I mean, I give that guy a lot of credit because it takes guts to stay in there when the ball's up in the air that long and you're focusing on the ball to make the decision to stay in there and catch it. That's scary, man, because that gives those guys a lot of time to get down there and cover.
Yeah, it does.
You can get blasted. Makes me think of Joe Jarzinka from the Washington Huskies.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
I'm a Cougar fan, but we'll talk about the Huskies.
And the Bearcats are going to shift now. You got Dayton and Winther to the right. And it's going to be a toss to Cameron Smith. And he fumbles it on the exchange, but is able to get a good bounce right back up into his hands.
Yeah. And able to pick up yardage.
Yeah, nice job.
And a good chunky yardage.
Cameron. I just love how he slashes downhill so quickly.
It almost makes me wonder, since, he's been doing so good, if that's the reason why we haven't been seeing a lot of Vinnie McCrory, Vincent McCrory.
Absolutely. I mean, I think he certainly, over the last several weeks, solidified himself as the number 2 running back.
I think so. Which had, second game, you would have thought that it would have been, for sure, Vincent McCrory.
And this time they are able to execute the inside handoff and give us to Cook, and he's going to plow forward for about 10 yards almost.
Cook's strong.
Yeah.
I mean, even after he gets hit, he's still, burrowing through.
Yeah, and it's interesting to see how many ways they're able to get him the ball.
Yeah.
They line him up at fullback and hand him the ball. They line him up at fullback and run him out into the flat and pass him the ball. They line him up at tight end. They line him up at wide receiver. I mean,
yeah, because he's tall. He's he's got the power of a running back, and looks like he's going to take a little break now.
A well-deserved break. And the Bearcats move deeper into Colt territory, closing in on the red zone. Evans under center. And the Bearcats shift the formation again. And this time they give us to Smith. He's off to the right side. He's got some room. Dives forward for the first down.
Looks like we got a flag on the play, Clarence. There's a flag at about the 33-yard line.
I wonder if that's going to be an illegal shift.
It might have been. It might be. And that's going to be bad for the Bearcats, because that was a good.
Yeah, that was another first down.
And it wasn't against the Bearcats.
Oh, wow.
So it's going to be against the Colts.
And they will definitely decline that.
Yeah.
Nice job. That was a great run again. But, I mean, you look at Smith. I mean, Gates coming in and powering, and then you shift gears and go to Cameron Smith, and he's so quick. And he's coming in and picking up big chunks of yardage.
Yeah, he is.
And they're going to keep him in there. See if he finishes off the drive. Walker to the left, Hargrove and Dayton to the right. Evans takes a snap. And this time he's going to be bottled up.
He just burrowed his head. He just put his head down and he tried to run that defender over, but luckily the defender had two players there to help him out, or I think he would have ran him over.
Yep. Still picks up a yard. Bring up 2nd and 9. And the Bearcats step to the line of scrimmage. And one running back. Evans sprints out to his right. There was a lot of linemen in front of Evans there. He had to release that really high, and when you got to have that high release point, sometimes it's tough to be really accurate. Still was able to get the pass off over the top, but just a little too much for Cook to get out there and grab.
And that's too bad because Cook was pretty much wide open. He didn't have a defender on him for about 5 yards, 4 yards, and who would have known if he would have been able to grab that ball? He might have been able to do some kind of move and get into that end zone, or pick up at least a couple more yards after the catch.
Yep. And they're going to keep Smith in the backfield. Evans drops back, looks immediately to his right, doesn't see anything. Now he's going to throw that one out of bounds. Nice, smart play by Evans. Takes a little bit of a hit there at the end of the play.
Caracina's going to come in and try to put 3 more points on the board here.
And if he's able to do it, that'll extend the lead to 8. What's the field goal here going to be, Dave?
It's at the 30, so we're going to say it's almost a 40-yarder. It's going to be about a
39-yarder,
we're going to say.
Let's see if he can hit the 39-yarder. And the kick is up, and it is good by a long shot.
He had plenty of leg on that one.
Let's take a look at that one again. I mean, that one would have been good from about 50 yards out, I'm
it would have,
guessing.
yeah. Yeah, he's got the leg to kick that.
So that put the Bearcats up by 8. The score is 15-7 with 2 minutes, 49 seconds left to go in the half.
Other than the touchdown, Bearcats saw that they've been scoring off field goals and with that safety.
Yep. So
it's been little scores.
Yeah, doing it a little unconventionally.
Yes.
So Coruscino not going to kick it off. So this one more. This kicker number 28, Kyle Saloma, more of a line drive kicker.
Yeah, he doesn't quite get the distance, but he's
a lot of
you
times
can get a couple of those skips out of it.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of times they're not able to field it cleanly. And you'll get a couple bounces out of it.
Yeah.
And he's going to take it about the 10-yard line. He's going to run left to right, and now he's bottled up. He's got nowhere to go. And Bearcats stop him right about the 20-yard line.
Yeah.
Great coverage by the kickoff team there.
Well, and it looked like Vincent McCrory had a clean shot at him, but he kind of got a maneuver put on him, and he missed him. But he was the first one it looked like that got to him.
Oh, to go all the way around? Or straight? All the way around? Yeah. Colts come out in with the spread formation. Bearcats going with their smaller defensive line. And it's going to be an inside handoff, and he's going to pick up a gain of about 7, it looks like. Caught the Bearcats off guard a little bit.
Yeah, it did. And it looked like a couple of the Bearcats had their hands on him, but he was able to slap their hands off and make that 5-yard gain.
Bearcats almost looked like they were looking for the pass there. Bearcats have 5 defensive backs on the field.
Tristan Gray's real slippery.
Yeah.
I mean, he gets hit. I mean, once, he'll get initially hit, and he's able to slap the hands away from him.
So this will bring up a big 3rd and short and see
Yeah.
if the Bearcats can hold them. Colts trying to get something going here. They're in no hurry to get up to the line of scrimmage. Clock's ticking away. Even if they get the first down, they're not going to leave themselves much time.
They're not.
I think they've already used 2 timeouts.
Yeah, well, I'm comfortable
And quarterback is going to keep it.
And there's a fumble. It looked like he was able to get it back,
It
though.
looked like he reached out at the last second. Let's take a look at that one again. Let's see if we can get a good angle on that. The Colts able to pick up that first down. Looked like Joel Brown had a shot at it. And Fossil's able to complete the pass.
It looks like they've gone into the hurry-up offense.
Now
They're
they
not
are going to
getting-
try to get going.
Yeah.
They wasted a lot of time on that.
They did.
A couple plays ago, not getting to the line of scrimmage. Now they're really in hurry-up mode. Fossil's going to let it fly, and it's knocked down.
Devin Sturgeon is there with the block.
Nice job by Devin Sturgeon of batting that one away. So that slows the pace down a little bit. The Colts can take a breather as the clock stops from the incomplete pass. Boy, Fossil really rifled that one,
He
too.
did. He was trying to make it there fast, that's
Yeah.
for sure.
All right, Fossil's going to line up in the shotgun. They're going to go back to that spread formation. And it's going to be another inside handoff. And this time, they make sure, Strozik makes sure he's going to go nowhere. And he's helped out quickly by number 60, Zachary Ayers.
Yeah, there was nowhere to go there. He met those 2 boys, and it was done.
And now the Bearcats going to take a timeout as that brings up 4th down. And they may take another shot at the end zone or try to get in field goal position real quick and get Corsino another one.
Yeah.
So you figure this time the Bearcats are probably going to bring the house.
Yeah.
Try to block this one,
Yeah.
make something happen.
Well, they've been pretty close to him. I mean, we've had a few Bearcats that have got right in there within inches.
Yep. So we'll keep an eye on Jake Early this time. He was about an inch or 2, a fingernail away from blocking it last time. We'll watch him on the left side and see if he's able to get in there. He might be the guy that gets in there and knocks this one away. Back to receive is a number that's not on my program, number 66 for the Bearcats. Not sure the player name on that one.
And I don't have it on my program either.
And
Close
able
again.
to just get that one away, and the Bearcats are not going to field it. Boy, that one was awfully close to bouncing off a Bearcat bat.
Yeah, that was Mickey Sisk. I don't even think Sisk knew it was there.
No, he kept playing football.
And I think he's getting a talking to about it right now.
Yeah, that was a close one. I mean, can you imagine if that ball bounces off a Bearcat, the Colts pick it up and run it into the end zone?
There was nobody
and
there
we're
to
looking
stop
at,
them.
Yep, we're looking at a really close ball game instead of going up by one score. Essentially a tie ball game. So Bearcats catch a break on that one. They didn't bounce off his back.
When with that kind of field position, you kind of wonder if they just kind of go in the end zone, or you take one shot at it and then say, be done with it, or.
We'll see. I'd probably take a knee.
Yeah.
And this, from this field goal or from this position on the field, where the Bearcats are going to take a couple shots, and Evans is going to look down to his left. He's going to let one fly down the middle of the field. He's got Walker, and Walker's heading towards the sideline, and
he's able to get out.
he is able to get out of bounds
With 8 seconds left.
Wow.
I mean, that's a pretty good throw by Evans.
What a play.
And that's going to put the Bearcats right at about the 48-yard line.
I think the Bearcats still have timeouts, and they are going to use a timeout. You wonder here, this might be a good time, Dave. Hand it off one time, get to the middle of the field with Gates, and give Corsino a shot.
Yeah, let him shoot a hard one.
Yep.
Let him see. Let's see how big his leg is, and I think he's got it. If they can get another 15 yards, he's got it in him. I think. I mean, we've seen him in pregame hit some 50-plus yard field goals.
Yep.
So realistically,
and they're calling the field goal unit. They're telling the coach,
get him ready.
The coach is down there telling the field goal unit, you guys be ready to go.
Yeah.
So they are.
I mean, realistically, if they can get the ball to the 40-yard line, which that's only 8 yards.
Yep.
I mean, that gives them a good shot at it.
Yep. That would be about a 56, 57 yarder. From
Yeah.
there.
And I just want to see him try it.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, they're gonna go with a single back. Evans under center. Takes the snap. He's gonna look to get rid of it quick. And he's got a man, and it's Hines, and he does. He gets down to about the 34-yard line. And with 2 seconds left, they're gonna bring Corsino out.
Yeah.
I'll be darned. They moved the ball that far in 2 plays.
2 plays.
Unbelievable.
And we were just talking about taking a knee.
Yeah, and the amazing thing about football is how a game can go at a certain pace. And then right before half or right before the end of the game, crazy things can happen. And it's like 2 different games.
Yeah, totally.
Here we go. Corsino lines up. This will be a 51-yarder from here. And it's going to be blocked, and that's a live ball. That's a live ball. Bearcats are going to have to cover. And Winther not going to get him. Cook not going to get him. He backs back out of it, and Winther stays with the play and is able to get him. Oh, that was unfortunate.
That was. I wanted to get it off just to see it. I wanted to see if he had it in him. I mean, 51 yards, I know he has it in him, but,
So the Colts got to be happy with that half.
They do.
Traveling all the way down here to Aberdeen,
Yep.
and they're down by just 1 score against the number 3 ranked team in the Northwest. You got to walk into the locker room with a lot of confidence if you're the Colts right now.
Totally. Yeah, I'm impressed with the Colts' defense. I really am. I mean, to be able to hold the Bearcats to what they've held them to, it's pretty impressive with the small lineup they have. I mean, I know I've said it a few times this game, but they only have a few players out there. They don't have a whole gambit of players like the Bearcats have.
So if you're Coach Hoynes and the Bearcats right now, what adjustments do you think you make, Dave, coming out in the second half to try to get your offense going? I mean, we've seen this offense put up a lot of points before.
Just from seeing those 2 plays there, get the passes. I mean, open up your wide receivers a little bit. Move a little faster.
Well, I noticed that they have been passing a lot, but they haven't been going downfield a lot.
And that's what I mean.
Go throw the ball downfield, and when you stretch the field like that, then you pop it with Gates, and that's when Gates is going to start getting his yards. So we'll see if the Bearcats come out in the second half and try to stretch the field a little bit with those quick wide receivers.
And it looks like, I mean, towards that end of the second half, our first half there, Gates was starting to get his momentum going. He was picking up a little, he was starting to run people up. He was starting to run people over. He was getting his legs moving a little bit more. I mean, with Cook in there too, you can't. I mean, you have a threat there.
Yeah.
I mean, everything's a threat.
Yeah. So we're just the Bearcats defense still doing a great job. That front seven doing fantastic. The defensive backfield hasn't really given up anything big since that first touchdown on the first drive of the game.
I think Coach Hoynes is going to be in there saying we need to get the ball into the end zone the traditional way. Let's
Yeah.
get 7 points.
Let's get 7.
Let's not get 2 points. Let's not get 3 points.
We're just waiting. We're going to try to get you guys some stats here from the first half. And we're going to bring Justin in real quick. And he's going to give us some halftime stats. Justin, what do you got for us?
Well, first and foremost, can you guys tell me who number 47 is on the Bearcats? What's his name?
Strozik is what we have.
That guy has been disruptive. He's got 2 sacks already,
Yep.
but he's put the quarterback on his back 2 other times right after he released the ball. He's been really explosive off the line, tremendous impact defensive play. So far for the Bearcats, it's a little different from what we normally see from them. We see them, they're really a ground and pound kind of a team. They like to run the ball a lot. And I think that we could probably agree that when they run the ball consistently, even in this game when they were running the ball, they had some level of success.
Absolutely.
And it wasn't until they started passing a little bit. I mean, they had some where they passed on first down. Things didn't work out. And then you're in a second and long situation. Then you can't really run. So it's going to be important for the Bearcats in the second half to really run, to commit
because,
to the run.
You
know, Gates ran the ball 3 times in a row for 17 yards at one point.
Pick.
Then he throws a pick. I mean, and it would be Gates is as much of a momentum running back as I've seen. You know, he seems to play a lot better when he gets the ball more.
Yeah, I agree.
Each drive, and I think it's a little disruptive. First of all, to be passing as much as they are on early downs, but also it's a little disruptive to have other running backs getting as many carries as they have.
Cameron Smith.
Gates has 8 carries. Other running backs have 7 if you include what Gates has and what Cook has.
Yeah.
So and they're running the ball well, don't get me wrong.
Sure.
I believe Gates has 15 yards on his 2 carries, and Smith 5 carries for 28 yards, including the touchdown. So these guys are running well. It's not that. Gates is the best player on your team. I think you should allow the guy to get some momentum and really get going in the second half.
Find himself in that defense. I mean, as a running back, you know, the more carries you get, the more you get to know that defense, and the more you get to know where you're going to find your success in the defense. So the more carries he gets, the more success I think he's going to have. And the other thing we were talking about before you joined the set, Justin, is until that last series where they tried to get in field goal range there, they haven't been stretching the field with their wide receivers. It's been a lot of crossing stuff, a lot of short passes for the most part. And so if you're going to go short, you know, you might as well give it to Gates and let him get you those 3 and 4. If you're only going to get 3 and 4 yards on a pass play, maybe it's better just to hand it to Gates and let him get those 3 or 4 yards.
Right, and that's exactly true. And to give you some numbers to back up what you're saying, before that last drive, they completed 6 passes for a total of 16 yards.
Right.
So they were really not – the completions were short, and they weren't doing anything deep. And so if they can stretch that field, like you said, it gives your running back a little bit more room to run. To be honest with you, I don't know how much it really matters if they don't score another point in this game.
Sure.
Since that first series, the Colts had 77 yards on that first series. Since then, the Bearcats have pushed them backwards.
Wow.
They have a total of negative 12 yards due the Colts on the ground. And that first down that they got on that last drive before they punted away right before the half was the only first down they had that wasn't on the first series.
Right.
So after that, it was all 3 and outs and turnovers for the Colts. So the Bearcats defense, after what looked like just a really bad blown coverage on that one play, have really buckled down, and they're playing at a really high level. They're getting to the quarterback. They're hitting the running backs in the backfield. And I'm just not sure how much it matters if their offense gets going at all.
Yeah, I'm with you. And even on that big play, the big touchdown play, which was for how many yards? Did you catch how many yards that was?
Yeah, that was a 56-yard play.
Even after that 56-yard play, the pressure was there, and Fawcett took a big hit on that. I mean, he got rid of the ball, but he took a hit on it. I mean, and he got up, and we watched him kind of slowly, gingerly make his way to the sideline. So he, even though they scored on that play, he took a hit, so the pressure was there. just wasn't there quite fast enough, and it seemed like they ramped up the pressure after that.
Absolutely, and the Bearcats front seven are huge. I mean, they're big guys. They're not guys you want to take a hit from. He's taken some licks in this game, and I think it's definitely affected him when he's back there. You notice that he's thrown the ball away a couple times when there wasn't anybody within 5 yards of him because he felt that presence coming and he heard the footsteps.
And we talked about that during the game, or during the first half. We talked about how when a quarterback gets that pressure early, even when it's not there later, a few plays when it's not there, he still feels it because he's had that pressure 5-6 times in a row. So he's got to play like it's there even if it's not there. He still feels it. It's the presence of that defense even when it's not there. So, and like we said, Strozik, unbelievable the way he's getting to the quarterback, and we watched him on one of the sacks where he split the defender, split the blockers. He was able to split the double team and get in there and get the sack.
And there's been a lot of really good penetration by the Bearcats in this game. There was a play where it was a run play. Thank God for the quarterback because Dan Brown just went motoring right through this hole between the tackle and the guard, and he was free. If it had been a pass play and they were lined up in the shotgun, if that had been a pass play, they would have been digging that quarterback out of the ground because he would have flattened him. And he's not the quarterback on the other team is not an overly sized guy. He's not that big. So I really believe, the hits that he's taken and just feeling that presence of that huge front seven for the Bearcats has really affected him to the point where it's difficult for him to pass effectively. And if he can't pass effectively, then it's going to be really difficult for them to run. Because if they can't pass, then it's not going to open up those running lanes.
Well, we can't give Mr. Strozik a full pass because he tried to pass the ball forward on that fumble recovery. Picked up the fumble.
Yeah.
I was surprised they didn't call that a forward pass, illegal forward pass.
I think they talked about it. They had a conference about it, but
it looked like the one ref was saying maybe he thought it bounced off his knee and he lost it there. But
and he didn't have possession for long on it. Maybe he didn't quite have it, and maybe it did bounce off his knee. But from my angle, it certainly looked like he tried to pass it forward.
But Bearcats still came out smelling like a rose on that one. Dan Brown, who caused the fumble, was able to follow the play, and he ends up jumping back on the ball at the end of the play. So.
Yeah, and I think if I was going to pick one word to describe what the Bearcats defense has done since that first drive, it's dominant. They have dominated the line of scrimmage. They've made it almost impossible for the Colts to gain anything. They had one run play for about 8 yards. That's the longest play that they've had since that very first drive.
And the Bearcats did a good job that second quarter of switching. Even though they didn't score, they were able to move the field position positively the other way. Starting out, some of their drives inside the 10 at the beginning of the quarter, and then by the end of the quarter, they're playing inside Colt territory.
Right. Well, then the one drive that they did score the touchdown on, that drive started on their opponent's 19-yard line. So that was a 19-yard drive. Right. And the first field goal drive, that was a 20-yard drive because it had started on their opponent's 40 and they got down to the 20. So the offense of the Bearcats, I mean, a really good chunk of their yards, they have 128 total yards in this game. Well, 50 of that came on that last drive.
Right.
So the offense really hasn't been moving well. They've been having a hard time just getting in a rhythm. And there have been a couple of sacks. And, sacks are just rhythm busters. Yeah. But there have also been, there's been 2 passes that went for 0 yards. Yeah. There's been 4 passes that went for 4 yards or less. And those kind of things, they don't stretch the field like you said earlier, but they also make it really difficult to get in a rhythm and put yourself in running situations.
Yeah, and I'm glad you pointed out that they've been passing on the early downs, which forces you to pass more. You dig yourself into a little hole if you're able to be successful on those early down pass plays. Then it forces you to go into second and third and long.
Yeah, and the Bearcats, see, the thing is, they have a lot of speed. And I think if Evans can get some time, Hargrove is really fast. Yeah. Jeremy Walker was a track star in high school. These guys can run. And number 83 also has demonstrated a tremendous amount of quickness. And I haven't seen a Bearcats player return kicks like this guy all season. And I've seen several different guys do it, and he's been tremendous.
Yeah, he's pretty shifty back there, and he's fearless. We talked about the high punt there where we thought he was going to back away from it, and he stayed in there and took it. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, and he got a couple yards. Those are dangerous plays, but
he
did
picked up
get a
3
couple
yards.
yards.
But important, for me, mentally, it's important to stay in your opponent's side of the field. There's something mentally about that to keep your opponent on their heels, to stay on their side of the field, and that kept the ball. The ball he fielded at the 50, could have easily bounced back to the 35, but he fielded it cleanly. Only picked up a couple yards, but it kept him on the Colts side of the field.
Right, absolutely. All right, guys, I'm going to go back. Justin. I got a couple more stats to tabulate.
All All right, and we're going to go to a UPX commercial real quick.
Can I help you, sir? No, but we can ship animal remains. Would you like to do that?